This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, has launched the second market in the UAE financial markets. The announcement came after the ruler of Dubai was briefed on the project by the Securities and Commodities Authority, with His Highness directing that trading should begin over the next few months. During the meeting, His Excellency Sultan bin Saeed Al Mansouri, UAE Minister of Economy and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Securities and Commodities Authority, and Abdullah Al Turifi, Chief Executive Officer of the authority, made presentations on the project objectives, stages of completion and positive impact on the financial markets and the national economy. According to the Minister of Economy, the launching of the second market, which is solely for trading of shares of private companies, is part of the SCA's comprehensive strategy aimed at achieving leadership in developing the financial markets. The Minister also pointed out that the listing of private joint stock companies in the local financial markets would provide a platform for listing of similar firms in member countries of the GCC and other Arab countries in the future to reflect better on the national economy. The second market concept hinges on the listing of stocks of private joint stock companies on a market set up inside all the markets in the country, where there will be trading, clearance and settlement operations on a separate screen other than the official screen of the main market. The second market is open for all local companies as well as for companies from the GCC and other Arab countries. Her Excellency Sheikh Lubna Al Qasimi, the Minister of International Cooperation and Development, has welcomed a visiting delegation from the House of Commons and Lords in Abu Dhabi. During the meeting, the parties discussed the value of developments related to the implementation of humanitarian projects between the United Arab Emirates and the United Kingdom, especially in relation to providing humanitarian support to the people affected by the Syrian crisis. The UK delegation was headed by Alistair Burt, a member of the House of Commons, with the visit aiming to enhance bilateral cooperation at all levels. Sheikh Lubna emphasized that the historic relationship between the two countries are very distinctive, deep-rooted and contribute to enhancing the partnership and joint cooperation between the UAE and the UK in various fields, particularly the joint efforts to find solutions for the international development and humanitarian issues. At the meeting, the visiting delegation was also briefed about the efforts by the UAE in supporting the Millennium Development Goals and the country's active coordination with the global community in order to formalize the Development Goals agenda post-2015. In an effort to position Dubai as a global capital for green economy, the Dubai Supreme Council of Energy and Dubai Electricity and Water Authority have announced the World Green Economy Summit, which will be held between the 22nd and 23rd of April 2015. At a press conference, His Excellency Saeed Mohammed Al Tayr, the Managing Director and CEO of Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, together with the organizers, announced the details of the summit, which will be held under the theme Global Partnership Sustainable Future. Speaking at the press conference, His Excellency Al Tayr added that the summit in 2015 will look to build on the recommendations and strategies of the Dubai Declaration, which was signed during this year's summit, outlining the Emirates' commitments for developing a green economy. The summit will bring a number of renowned speakers from across the world, such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, former Governor of California, and Connie Hedegaard, the EU Commissioner for Climate Action, to discuss the transition towards a green economy. The summit is expected to strengthen the South-to-South trade for green economy, whilst also developing frameworks for public-to-private partnerships for green funding. According to the organizers, the discussions of the WGES 2015 will add to the Road to Paris agenda for the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP21 to be held in the French capital in December 2015.
We will really see also what we can take from this effort which is launched here into the COP negotiations in Paris to really show to the rest of the world that there is not only the government negotiations, which are very important, but that there is really a bottom-up movement where actually economy, together with governments, is really building new ways to further the combat of climate change, and through green economy really mainstream that. I think the developmental aspect of green economy is a very important element element to be developed. And so we're working with UNDP to make sure that we get projects from the South, that we get companies from the South, so we can actually generate this South-South collaboration and South-South partnerships.
The number of private schools in Dubai will increase from 169 to 250 by 2020 to cope with the surge in pupil numbers from 243,000 to nearly 400,000. This year, 11 new schools have opened in Dubai already, which is also the highest number in 1 year, according to figures from the Knowledge and Human Development Authority in Dubai. More than half the new schools that have opened since 2007 and 15 of the 21 that have opened in the past 2 years are international schools with pupils from many countries. International private schools are also the fastest growing sector in the market, far outstripping schools with pupils from a single nationality or ethnic background. The highest growth in pupil numbers in the past 5 years took place at 60 international schools, with an increase of 73% compared with 34% at other schools. Many offer English, US or international baccalaureate curriculums. A consultant's report last month found that more international schools were opening in Dubai than anywhere else in the world, and that they generated more than 9 billion dirhams a year in fees, 7% of global tuition fee income. The report found that of the 7 emirates, Dubai had the highest proportion of international pupils, with 98,000 per million in population. In an effort to improve healthcare in Dubai and ultimately benefit humanity, Al Jalila Foundation and Damas have announced their partnership today. Earlier, Al Jalila Foundation signed a partnership deal with Damas. Al Jalila Foundation CEO Dr. Abdul Karim Sultan Al Ulama says partnerships like this are critical to achieving their goals. Launched last year, they are currently building a large medical research center at Dubai Healthcare City, which will be home to some of the world's top scientists and doctors. The facility will be dedicated to medical education and research for obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, cancer and mental health. The estimated 100 million dirham project is expected to be completed by 2016.
We benefit from this partnership towards building our research center, towards building the scientific community in the UAE. So we are very thankful to this relationship, and we are very happy that they took the symbol of Al Jalila Foundation, Key of Hope, and they make it a wonderful piece of jewelry.
The Middle East's leading jewelry and watch retailer has committed to support with proceeds from the sale of the Key of Hope collection. Damas CEO Anan Fakhreddin say they will also make a cash donation of 150,000 dirhams, which they hope will be exceeded by the sales from the exclusive jewelry design. 1,000 Key of Hope pieces have been created for the initial phase, and depending on demand, they say they will be producing more in the future.
What we are launching today is just phase 1, or the first step in the process. As I said, our commitment to Al Jalila Foundation is long-term. So we started today by transforming a gift idea that was presented to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed April last year, which is the Key of Hope. We've transformed that into a very nice jewelry piece that comes in 2 designs, a gold piece and a gold and diamond piece. As you can see next to us, beautiful designs, stunning products. They're priced in a very reasonable way. The objective here is not commercial. Obviously, what we really want is to generate as much sales as possible to allow us to donate 5% of the proceeds of sale to Al Jalila Foundation. And we've already made, on the side of that, we made a commitment to Al Jalila Foundation to donate a minimum amount of money no matter how sales go. The objective, obviously, is to keep this alive, so we will keep refreshing the designs, introduce new products into them, so as we create a continuous revenue stream for Al Jalila Foundation.
And thousands of UAE residents are traveling to Saudi Arabia for the Hajj pilgrimage, with the last of the pilgrims expected to leave early next week. This year's Hajj quota of roughly 4,980 people from the UAE has remained virtually unchanged from 2013, which was reduced from 6,200 people in 2012, owing to the construction at the Grand Mosque in Mecca restricting available space for rituals. This year, about 3,900 Emiratis are going on Hajj from the UAE, with rites beginning around October 2 or 3, corresponding to day 8 of the Islamic month of Zul Hijjah. Eid Al Adha, which is the festival marking the end of Hajj, will start on October 4 or 5. Most pilgrims have already entered Saudi Arabia, with some 3,000 people crossing the UAE to Saudi land border in Ghaifat. Others are flying out, going in groups or as individuals. Only certified Hajj operators are allowed to take groups of pilgrims. There are roughly 200 operators in the UAE and each has its own pilgrim quota, with the packages for Hajj ranging from anywhere between 25,000 and 75,000 dirhams. And finally, in the bulletin, shopping malls in Dubai will be extending their opening hours during Eid Al Adha but will not operate 24 hours as they did 2 years ago during the 2-week Islamic holiday. Retail outlets at major malls will only be required to open until 1 a.m. on weekdays and 2 a.m. on weekends. However, cafes and restaurants at certain malls, including Deira City Centre, Mirdif City Centre, Mall of the Emirates and Dubai Festival City will open until 2 a.m. on weekdays and 3 a.m. on weekends. These operating hours are operational between September 25 and October 11.